Well, here we are then. This is back up to the grass road, and if this is right, I have to take 2 branches to the right and then turn left on the main road, hopefully. To be honest with you, this is nicer with the spongy grass and scrub than that hardcore road. So I should pass 2 left potential turnings. That might be one of them there. Here we go again. This has got more potential insofar as it's heading towards the sun, the west, and therefore the west coast, and I can go south on the coast road. This must be that right turn, right bend. That sounded like 1 mile from the main road. If it's all downhill, I'm not going to use much power. I think at one time all of this road was hardcore, and the lack of use has let the grass grow up between the stones. I'm not complaining. Say stones, grit, whatever it is. It's probably actually recovered from the shoreline. It's probably coral, ground up coral. I haven't seen that other left yet. Oops. Oh, a bit of a valley down there. This looks more like that sharp right turn. Well, that left turn might have just simply disappeared into the scrub. I'm sure, like in the modern world, everything's changing around here a lot.
Turn left in 500 yards.
The locals that live in what you'd equate to a croft all seem to be able to afford a 60 or 70,000 pound Toyota pickup with 6 seats and a box on the back. So what with that and communications, television and things, I expect the kiddies aren't so keen on this, and they want to go and see the big wide outer world, leaving quite a few places empty, and a few middle-aged and older people just leading a quiet life with their unnecessarily expensive vehicle. Seems to me like what you want here is one of those MASH Jeeps for most of this. I did hear a message from the phone just now saying turn left in 500 meters, which has got to be about another 200 from here. I did actually have an accident on the scooter in Tahiti. It was a bad assumption. I was driving across a forecourt, petrol station forecourt, well that and like a 7-Eleven supermarket and combined with a forecourt, and I was actually going in the opposite direction to the general flow, but there was no cars in the fuel station. And I took my eyes off of the road surface with the bad assumption that it was quite a good surface, and I came to a hole which wasn't particularly obvious, but on the other side of the hole was a sharp concrete edge which was about 3 inches higher than the hole. And with these small wheels, the scooter didn't like that at all, and the front stopped dead. I went over the bloody handlebars and took on a few injuries. Teach me a lesson to assume that roads out here, or surfaces, are all meeting up with each other, because it was a joint between tarmacked hardcore with a pit in it and a sharp edge of concrete. Now this looks a bit weird to me. Let's have another look at the old instructions. I was expecting to see a bit better quality track than this. Yeah, it looks like I'm in the right place, and I've got to go left, which is uphill. Probably not by a hell of a lot, but it's uphill, and that will take me down to the main road there. I don't know if you can see that. Right, so left turn. I'm going to be puffing by the time I get to the top of this. The purple line on my navigator showing me which direction to go masks the fact that it's a bridleway. my age, the heat, my weight and my lethargic condition weighed heavily against me up here, but I think it will do me good, to be honest. Get a bit of a puff on. Apparently this seems right, but the height I've climbed and the distance I've got to go means to me it's going to be pretty bloody steep down in a minute, maybe. Well, the scooter does a pretty good job of taking me wherever I want to go. Sometimes it says fuck off and says it's too steep, and other times I have to push it and I curse it because it's heavy. Let's see what the map says about this. Well, it's straight on. I got to limbo dance underneath that pipe, I think, and then carry on to the road. Here's that steep bit I was talking about. I wonder if the pipe is telling me it's private property. No, it's a rope. Yeah, well, I'm going to ignore that because I've got to get back before it gets dark. Sure, it's going to get embarrassing down here somewhere, but I'll just be nice and say sorry. But my map didn't show that it was private. With a bit of luck, they, like everybody else, speak English on this island, so there's the road. See the truck on it down the bottom there. Well, you can clearly see now the effect of the reef offshore. It makes it pretty much dead calm inside of the reef.
Destination reached.
No, I don't think my brakes will cope with this. Sarah and I had a problem like that once before with better scooters. We ended up climbing the hill from Minehead Church up to North Hill, and the scooters coped with that because they were much more powerful back then. But on the way down it was all brakes, and our little brake pads said no and suffered brake fade. We were able to stop, but Sarah didn't get on the scooter again until we were on the level ground, which I don't blame her. I think mine have faded as well because I've had brakes on all the way down from the top. Now, I'm not going very fast, but enough time to warm them up, I think.